Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. It's Steve Collins coming to you from beautiful San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, and purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Heart versus head over time equals heart wins. Heart versus head over time equals heart wins. What am I talking about? I'm seeing something that really excites me. It really excites me. And let me tell you what excites me about it. You've heard me talk about it in the past that abnormal is being broke, despondent, beat down, and unsuccessful and unfulfilled. That's abnormal. You see, people would say, well, but that's normal because that's the majority of the population overall. And this isn't a reflection of good or bad people. There are phenomenal people in this situation, wonderful people in this situation. And yet my take is that's abnormal because normal is an abundant life. It's just so few people are experiencing it. And we were created for an abundant life. We weren't created for a life of longing and lack and continued brokenness with no hope for the future. So in that respect, heart over head, heart versus head, the heart fighting with the head over time, heart wins, is reflected in one of my favorite all-time autobiographies and stories, good old Rudy. You guys know good old Rudy Ruettiger. Do you see any similarities going on in our country, in our nation, in our world today? 5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing, no real talent for the game. You are not Notre Dame's for great athletes. Academics, well, Ruettigers, there's nothing wrong with that. His dad tells him. Nothing wrong with being a Ruettiger. Notre Dame's for great athletes. Smart kids. 5 foot nothing, 100 nothing, has no business being on that field. But when he showed up, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite lines in the movies is when there was an all-star quarterback who watched Rudy day in and day out grind and fail and be mocked and ridiculed and humiliated, who on the very last play of the very last practice knocked him on his butt. And the quarterback screamed out, "What the hell is wrong with you, Rudy? You play every damn down like it's the freaking Super Bowl." And the coach simply said to the quarterback, "Shut up. If you had 1/10 of the heart of Ruettiger, you'd be an all-star." What was the challenge, ladies and gentlemen? He showed up and he blowed up. He wasn't as scared to be who he was created to be. He wasn't as scared to bring the fire. He wasn't afraid to bring the passion. He wasn't afraid to bring his drive and his intensity, and he was okay with being a bull in a China store because he had a heart. And do you remember what some of the other players said? Now, these are the top players in the nation at this time. They said, "Bro, what the hell are you doing, man? Calm down out there. Don't move so fast. Don't move so hard. Don't be so intense. You're making the rest of us look bad." Well, my friend, I think what he was basically doing, unfortunately for them, was exposing, even in the greatest team in college at that time, he was exposing the subtle spirit of mediocrity and comfort. You see, his heart beat his head, and everyone else's, over time, the heart wins. He was a man of heart. He had heart. Do you have heart? My question to you today is, do you have heart? Do you operate at such a level of passion and intensity and purpose that those around you become extremely uncomfortable in the mediocrity that was, to that point, never even revealed or exposed? Do you operate at such a level in your purpose and in your passion that for the right people, you inspire them to be more and to do more and to become everything the good Lord created them to be? Or do you find yourself not wanting to shine too brightly? I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I mean, after all, I don't want to make anybody feel bad. I mean, my gosh, if I go out and I just really use my gifts, people are going to be so, like, they're going to just think I'm like stuck up or something, like I'm just trying to show off. Maybe they'll think that. I have news for you. Who cares what they think? This is you. This is your life. This is your deal. You've got to be bigger than that. One of my favorite quotes, and it will be memorized. It will be memorized this year, is Marianne Williamson, and I'll do my best not to butcher it. And in a nutshell, she says, our greatest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us the most. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, talented, fabulous? Who am I? Quite frankly, who are you not to be? You were created to shine. You were created to shine. You were created to shine, ladies and gentlemen. Our greatest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. She goes on to say, your playing small does not serve the world. As we are liberated from our fears, our presence automatically liberates others. People, there are people counting on you to be who you were created to be. You have gifts and talents and strengths that no other man or woman possesses, and who can bring to this earth what no one else can bring in the way that you can bring it. And guess what? I don't get into intellectual arguments with folks, because I'm going to be the first to admit that I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, y'all. But I will tell you this, I will outwork your blessed assurance. I will out-heart your blessed assurance. When you're quitting, I'll be getting warmed up. I'm going to tell you right now, you can't make this boy quit. You can't do it. And time on task over time trumps talent, baby. Your heart. Where's your heart? Is your heart hidden beneath fears? Is your heart hidden beneath worrying what people are going to think about you? Is your heart hidden behind, well, I don't want to cause any ruffles? Is your heart hidden behind, well, if I really let my true light shine, others might be intimidated or talk about me? I have news for you, friend. They're going to talk about you anyway. And quite frankly, they really don't even talk about you much at all. Be who God created you to be. My favorite quote from Bill Johnson recently, when a person knows who God created them to be, they will never have a desire to be anybody else. Have a great day, guys.